Hey, welcome to this week on Lake Erie Port of Call. Mike Jameson here, and I only have a second to talk to you here. We got a big show. We're going to be talking with Chris Hoover, and Chris Hoover is a licensed a charter boat captain here in Northwest Ohio, and he's got some new classes that he's putting together for people to, if you're new to boating, he's going to be able to help you out, and we're going to talk a little bit about him. And for the rest of our shows we're going to be doing this summer, he's going to do some tips for us each and every week on the show, and he's got some great stuff with that. We'll also be talking with the AYC people. If you've got anything to do with yacht clubs, you know about the AYC in this area, and we had a few minutes to talk to them. We had just a long show with what we did with Chris. So there's a bunch of stuff. We've got some new security systems, and we've got some new lighting for boating, and I couldn't get to it this week. We'll have it on next week's show for sure. But this is going to be a great show, so you enjoy it, and we're going to get right to it right here this week on Lake Erie Port of Call. Folks, going to be over the next few weeks working a little bit with how to dock your boat, how to drive your boat, how to do a lot of different things. We've got Chris Hoover here. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Mike. How are you?
Name of your company?
Captain On the Water Boat Training by Captain Chris.
Okay, very good, very good. Hey, listen, you and I met through Bill Aiken here at Harrison 75 and Brenner 75. I never say that right, and I know he always yells at me about that. But it makes a lot of sense for the kind of things that you do for people, for their boats, and getting them in, because I know, me, I had a little 26-footer, and making the jump up to twin screws, 34-foot, and everything. It was kind of scary for me, and you have the ability, you teach some classes for people, and give them the ability to really know how to use their boat before they really even get out on the water.
Well, I do, and the biggest thing is people think they buy a boat and get into the boating, even the ones that say I've been boating all my life.
Right.
Well, look at today. I mean, we have some wind, different conditions every day. There's always
been a lot of wind this year.
A lot of wind, and the weather and everything else. And so what I do is I basically say, listen, let's get some classes. Now I do in-classroom instruction, so we can go ahead and get them certified to get their boating license. But I also do advanced courses, and that is an all hands-on stuff. I mean, I'm going to show you this in a little bit, some toys that we use to try to demonstrate. But I go one step further, and that is where I can get on their boat. So people say, well, wait a second, I need to learn how to run the boat. Well, I come out to your boat. So for instance, we would use your boat and we would do different docking techniques, or we would learn how this boat turns in wind and without wind, and what happens when we go different speeds. How should we do fast speed maneuvering versus slow speed maneuvering? So, and I tailor it to that person.
Sure.
So if it's a husband and wife, I try to teach the whoever's going to be the line handler, I try to teach them some better ways of doing it, and whoever's at the helm, I teach them how can they communicate back and forth.
Well, just knowing you in the last couple of weeks and sitting down talking with you, I've learned a lot just about line placements on my dock and things, and I do things. I basically don't leave my lines. I got more than enough lines to leave them, you know.
Leave them.
And I'm going to do it. You're talking about color coding your lines, and really, and this is if people are watching that know, utilize the spring lines a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Where people, I think they just go in there, oh my God, we're just going to throw this line out there, we're going to do this. Why do that if with some of the stuff that you'll teach us here in a little bit, but it just makes wholly smart sense to do exactly what you're saying. And just listening to you, and when you were showing your little example for us, I thought, why am I not doing that?
Yep.
And a lot of people just don't. I think they think there's so many things they have to think about because they're in the boat. They're this and this and this, and they got to get themselves a checklist, and I'm sure you work with people on that.
And I do a pre-departure checklist, coming in checklist, and here's the thing. My bride, her checklist is totally different than mine.
Okay.
And until we figured that out, there was some confusion there. So
Right.
she's taking care of, all right, so any guests coming aboard, do they need an EpiPen? Are they allergic to bees? I mean, do they need heart medication?
Oh, wow.
You know, when we go for a ride, we say, oh, we're going to go out for a couple of hours. What happens? We're out there for 4 hours.
Sure.
So what happens? So she's taking care of that. She's making sure everyone knows where they need to be. She's fitting the life jackets and making sure they know which life jacket is theirs. And then I'm going through the other checklist of, okay, the power lines, the water lines, the engines, making sure that that's all good, checking the weather, checking everything else, and where am I going? And so the instinct back to people getting on the boat is they buy a boat and they think, okay, I need someone up there and I need someone back here, and just throw lines, grab stuff. I've seen so many people come in this year with no lines on their boat.
Right.
Or the wife is standing on the bow and she has a boat hook and she's straddling it and she holds it out. This happened, holds it out to me to pull her in. I almost pulled her in the water.
Oh my goodness.
And so the whole idea is, okay, we need to make things safe for people. So what I do is I look at their vessel, I look at how they like to work things out, and I teach different styles to different people. So I might teach something to you one way, to someone down here I might teach something a little differently, and it all just depends.
Now, this is something, you know, we had a little incident on my boat just a couple of weeks ago where I had a bunch of people on the boat. We were getting ready to take off and everything, and all of my buddies that were on the boat that are normally on the boat with me, yeah, this line's off, everything's off, everything's off. Well, they weren't all off. And my boat's big enough that you really can't see out on the front of the boat to see if that line is off. And it was still hooked on, and I throw that baby into reverse, and I'm like, what's wrong? Did I lose an engine? Did I lose transmission? And then I looked kind of over the side and I saw, oh my God, I still got a line hooked on here. Are you kidding me? And I got lucky. I got real lucky, and I didn't get nuts. And you know, with a boat like this, the one thing you have to learn is slow is good.
As slow as your friend. Slow as your friend, yes.
And you can always play with the engines and make things happen as long as you're not going fast.
Right.
And so we were all right, but it scared me. It scared me a lot.
And that's a lesson. And so many people get in a boat and they think, oh, I can't do anything. You are going to scratch your boat. You are going to bump into something. The key is as slow as possible. The slower you're going, the less damage you'll do, but you sometimes have to give it power. And all that is knowing your vessel. And so what I do first time when I take someone out on their boat for the first time, we go out someplace in wind like this, and I have a target. And I say, I want you to keep your bow on this target. And then I'll tell them, you're not using, if it's a twin engine, you're not using the wheel, we're only using the engines. And I want them to get used to that. Get used to the feel of the turning radius.
Right.
And then once we do that, we go in someplace else, into a close quarter place, and we kind of maneuver around a little bit, usually away from their dock. I find that people can dock other places, but when they dock at their own dock, it seems to be an issue. And it's a mind.
Somebody's yelling at them, or that's how I had my buddies. Oh, you're this close, and only from my old boat, which was a Wellcraft Antigua, and it was a tall 26-footer single screw, and the only way you could really dock that boat was fast.
Yeah.
So you came in hot, and you threw it in reverse, and
use the wheel.
Boom, and I ride it right into position. And I kind of, when I'm downtown at the docks with this one, I kind of like do that same thing. And I see a little spot, and I can get in there. And then my buddies are all like, you're this close, you're this close. And I had a charter boat captain with us one night looking at me like, you're not that close, you're not. And I got it right into place, didn't hit anything. And I had a buddy tell me, man, you were going to hit it. And I go, if I hit it, I hit it. I got to have confidence with what I'm doing. And I obviously didn't hit anything, so I think there was some confidence there.
And you almost have to assign jobs to certain people. And you do have to, when you bring in friends on the boat, you have to say, all right, we're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're not going to do this. You are legally responsible for every person on this boat. You're responsible for every action I do on your vessel right now. So if I decide to throw something overboard and we get, someone sees that, you're responsible for my actions. And so what my bride does is when we get on board, she goes ahead and kind of say, okay, while we're docking and coming in, everyone needs to be seated. And please just don't talk to him while he's docking or undocking.
Amen. That's the top of the world.
Yep. Let us do our thing. Yep. And if she'll usually assign someone the stern line. She does the spring line. And so we do that, and she makes sure they know what they're doing. And other than that, no screaming, no freaking out.
Good stuff.
Panicking doesn't help anything.
No. Well, you're going to be doing some segments with us here for a few weeks and kind of getting us through things. Maybe we'll even go out with you when you're helping on boat or out and things like that. And I know you've got just the coolest little thing to show people.
Yeah.
And we got that up on the dock up at where we normally sit around and drink.
That's just one little thing.
Yeah.
You know, and in my advanced course, I mean, we practice on radios, and I have them in one part of the room and someone else, and they're practicing the proper terminology. So many people don't know how to use their marine radio.
I'm with you.
And using a marine radio and listening to it will help you out so much.
Well,
nothing worse than coming into a Put-in Bay or someplace else. You got all these people with dock poles out. First of all, if you do that, that's a sign that, oh, wow, everyone watch out.
Yeah, watch your boat.
You know, you don't want to rely on a dock pole. You want to be able to have some skill and practice, and you got to use your boat. And, and people that are waiting for fair weather, it's not going to happen.
Exactly.
You got to be practicing in time like this. And so we do that. We do charting. I do a charting scavenger hunt. And people say, I have a GPS. Well, what if your GPS doesn't work? And your GPS is typically only this big.
Right.
So what I teach them is how to use basic charting skills, being able to understand basic things, and then use the GPS and go back and forth. We do line handling, line skills, line tossing. I mean, that's a big thing. So when you're coming in, and if you have to toss a line, what's the proper way to do that? Wow. So it makes it easier. I mean, I could go on and on. It's so much fun. But what's really my passion is teaching and boating, and I put those two together, and it's just exciting. So if I can get on people's boats and help them out, especially couples, and I've done it many different ways, it's just fantastic.
Well, let's get on the dock here, and you're going to show us this little segment here, and we'll wrap this up. But just watching this little thing, I got it right away. We'll show you this.
It's me, Steve,
Hi, Steve.
from Car Stereo One. Time to get your big boy toys ready for the season. Your boat, pontoon, motorcycle, golf cart, or side-by-side. I have a huge selection of outdoor-rated audio and security systems. Can't bring it to us? We'll come to you. Car Stereo One. Need directions? CarStereoOne.com. Turtle, hey, I'm skiing. Whoa.
I would have wasted all my days in a dream. That's where I know you'll always be.
Hi, I'm Marty Sutter, President of Genoa Bank, a locally owned community bank providing a full range of banking services. At Genoa Bank, we believe a bank should do more than just conduct business. We generally care about the communities we serve, and we take our hometown commitment to heart. Our biggest investment will always be in you, whether it's a personal account or business. Genoa Bank is committed to outstanding service. We want to know you by name and help you with all your banking needs. Genoa Bank, we take your banking needs personally.
I can't tell, love is everywhere.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Want to take back control? A Generac home standby generator protects your home against power outages every second of every day, all year long, automatically, whether you're home or away. Control your power, control your life with a Generac home standby generator.
For a free estimate, call Schneider Sons Electric, 419-691-8284.
All right, Mike. So a couple things that we like to talk about. Docking. When we're docking, one of the best friends that you can have is called a spring line. Spring line I can go on with a whole hour segment. We have hands-on activities that we can do, but this is a little toy that I use. And what the spring line is a one line that goes off your midship cleat. So if you have a cleat somewhere in the middle of your boat, that's the best. Now we can use it other places, but that's another discussion for another time. To give you the basic idea is, if the wind pushes me off the dock, watch what happens when I push this with the motor. What happens is it brings my boat in. Now what I can do with this toy is I adjust the motor, which means I would change the the rudder rotation or direction, and it would bring the boat in just like this. So this allows you to bring your boat in without having someone on with a boat hook, without someone reaching over, without someone getting hurt, okay? So Mike, what I want to do now is I want to show you a simulation. What I did is I created a simulation of my dock, my personal dock. So with the wind blowing me off the dock, I can come in with my boat. And I can come in any way here, but the wind's blowing me off. So what can I do? I can actually come in on an angle or come in this way, and my bride can get the red line. I color code my lines. My spring line is a red line, and that's why it can be real easily seen and anyone can grab it. Now watch what happens. The wind's blowing me out, Mike. What am I going to do? Well, now I'm out of control. No, I'm not. I go ahead and put it in gear. I bring it over, and now what happens is this line here would come off a hook. My wife's up here. She's not running. She's not in danger of any way. She's not reaching over the boat. And now I can bring the other line right here, and this would be my final line that I have tied up. Okay? So the spring line really is your friend, and it is the first line on, and it's typically the last line off. I want to show you one more thing about a spring line. What's neat about a spring line is you can have a forward spring and a rear spring, and what this allows you to do is this allows you for water height differences. So basically, if you're at an anchor point and if you're at a stationary dock and the water's going down, this is going to happen this way, or the water comes up. And so what you have is you don't have your boat sticking way out. Now these are loose, this would be tighter in. It would be tighter in like this, okay? So what that does is it allows for the level of water to change. And of course you still have a bow line, you'd still have a stern line. So the spring line is your friend. It allows you to work really well and practice it, and come see me, give me a call, and I'll show you how to use it.
Well, Chris, I got to tell you, I just getting started with these things, it's amazing what I learned just on spring lines here. This is great. Now, granted, you're a teacher, and so you got to deal with high school kids all the time, and now you want to do this too. So I give you a really good credit.
It's even better than that. It's junior high kids.
You know what? I coached basketball for a long time. I know exactly what you're talking about. But seriously, though, there's some great things. And as we get going here with this season and next season, I'm just so glad we met, because you and I kind of have the same passion when it comes to the fact that we just want to get the word out about what's going on in boating.
Exactly. I want people to be safe, you know, not just for themselves, but for their families and for other people.
Exactly.
And you know, you need classes, and get out there, and I'm very reasonable. I want to help you out, and I'll change the classes to however works for you or your family, and we'll have a great time.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thanks. It's going to be fun working with you, and I'm going to do the spring lines right now on my boat. You've got me thinking that's what I got to do. Now I just got to color code them.
Well, maybe what we'll do on these episodes is actually do it, have an aerial view.
Oh, there you go. Get the drone and
so you can really see.
Different problems require different solutions. Seagate Roofing and Foundation Services has been solving water problems for over 30 years. We have the expertise to provide you with the best solution. Seagate replaces foundations, straightens walls, lifts sinking foundations, and waterproofs basements. Get your free estimate before you make a decision, because you deserve to have all the facts. We are the local experts.
244 LEAK Seagate.
What can you expect from working with Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation? Our branch manager, Marty Bin, can help you navigate through the loan process with the service and speed you deserve. Contact Marty today to get pre-qualified. Make your home buying dreams a reality. Call 419-489-4600 481-8696 to speak with Marty Bin today.
Well, folks, we're here at Ottawa River Yacht Club, and actually last week we were showing you some of the stuff here with the great races they had with the kids, with the sailboats and everything. And right now we're talking to some of the guys with the AYC here, and Stan explained to us, these gentlemen right now are, you're basically in control of all of what's happening in a certain group of yacht clubs here in Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan.
Yeah, Associated Yacht Clubs, it's 32 yacht and boating clubs within a 50-mile radius of the Toledo Harbor line.
Okay.
And we don't actually control the clubs, but what our goal is and what our job is to promote camaraderie and boating amongst all these clubs. So we'll support things like you're seeing here with the Pinkley Cup. We have another one that we support, which is the Carson Cup, that is also junior racing, that I believe is going to occur at North Cape Yacht Club later this year. We also have a series of sailboat races, for the bigger sailboat races, that we also support and give awards for. And we also have what we call poker runs for the power boats, where 5 clubs will have the regatta and they'll be designated a poker run. And as long as you attend that poker run, you'll get a card for at the end of the year to be able to see if you can win some money. And if you attend all 5, you get a perfect attendance poker flag to wear on your boat. And there's some boats out there that'll have 25 and 30 flags. They just always go to these poker runs. They're a lot of fun. Unfortunately, this year we haven't been able to have any yet because of the virus. But it's still there. The camaraderie amongst the clubs are still there. The boating community, we're still together for that.
And basically what you're able to do is kind of, if you're a member of the Ottawa River Yacht Club, or you're a member of all the other clubs that are associated with you can actually go into all of the different yacht clubs.
Yes.
You're part of everything that involves in there. So you may be a part of the Ottawa River here, and I'm sure you've got a lot of them right here on the Ottawa River, and it works out real good because you make a lot of friends.
Oh yeah, and that's the really nice thing about it, because as long as you're a member of one of the 32 clubs, your membership card will get you into any one of the other clubs that are members of Associated Yacht Clubs, because they're all private clubs, and you're treated as if you're one of their members. And I've been to them all, and I have never had a problem in any of them. I had a great time in all of them, and it's just a big family.
Sure. Now, one of the things with the COVID this year and with the virus and things that are going on, it's kind of hurt what you guys are able to do, because the regattas are kind of not having the regattas right now, not being able to do some of the things that you're doing. So I noticed you guys are utilizing the internet a lot more, using me, which is great. That's what it's all about. That's what the show is all about. So you're getting smart on being able to do those kind of things.
Yeah, we've had a lot of the clubs during the quarantine were having Zoom meetings with their clubs. I actually had a Zoom meeting with the Associated Yacht Clubs for our membership, so that we could continue to do our business, continue to get together, and continue to promote the boating and the camaraderie. And the thing of it is, if one club can't do a party, another club jumps in and says, hey, we'll do it. Case in point, this last month, the club that was supposed to hold the AYC meeting was unable to because of the virus and they're shut down. We had another club jump up and said, hey, come do it here.
Fantastic.
So, it makes it a lot easier. It makes it a lot of fun. And you love every part of it.
Now you become a member, say I want to become a member of Riverview or Ottawa River, if they're all part, no matter what it is, as long as it's part of the AYC, does that automatically make you a part of the AYC?
Yes.
So you're in and you're part of the AYC. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic.
Actually, I do the interviews at Riverview. Come
on
down.
There we go.
I'll interview you.
He's gonna. Here's my dilemma now. You all know Pete Maxwell down at Toledo Sailing
Yes,
Club.
I do.
Old Pete and I have been old UPS drivers together. I've known Pete forever and ever and ever. And he's like, J-Mo, what are you gonna do, buddy? What are you gonna do? But I got to tell you, the steak I had the other night when I was at Riverview. I said, oh boy, man, and you're like a block away from where I dock, so it worked. And all of these great things that are going on here for the Ottawa River, it's just so much fun, and we want new people involved in what's going on.
I have been involved. I've been part of Riverview for 40 years.
Wow. So you don't look any older than what, 29, 30? How the heck that happened?
I started really young.
Oh, okay, all right.
But I've been part of AYC for that time, and it's been a blast.
Sure.
You meet so many great people, so many great friends.
Very good networking.
And they're your friends forever.
Right.
So that's the great part.
I'm just glad you guys opened up the doors for us here. You guys understand what I'm trying to do with this show. It's nowhere near where it's going to be in 3 or 4 years.
True.
But it's just really cool to be able to talk with you guys and all the things you do here, and you know, even when you guys have your little work schedules and things that you have to work your hours, it's fun. It's a blast. It's a blast. So what do we got to do? We just got to talk to, no matter where we're at. If we're at Ottawa River, if we're wherever, Riverview, wherever, and we'll become a part of AYC.
Yes.
Wow. You didn't let these guys talk.
Yeah, now,
I was going to say, it's okay also for you to belong to more than one of the clubs.
Gotcha.
If you're a member at Toledo Sail, nothing says you can't be a member of Riverview also, or
all right, Pete,
Maumee River, or Sunseeker. So
fantastic. Fantastic.
It's all about supporting each other.
And I think the really big thing is the camaraderie and getting together with people, and once you're all a part of all of the things that go on, and this is the great thing about it, is everybody has a niche in life. And you put those niches together when you're like at the yacht club. That maybe this guy's a great carpenter. Maybe this guy is this, or I'm a DJ, and I shouldn't say that because then but I am the best DJ in this town. I just want you to know that.
Well, and to be honest with you, that is how our clubs keep their costs so down.
Sure.
Is because we do all our own work.
Yep.
So if you're familiar with Riverview, we built that. We built those docks.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, guys, I appreciate you watching my show, and I'm going to become a member somewhere here. I know it. It's all going to happen. I want one of them shirts, man. Them are cool shirts.
Well, you can work your way to that too.
Yeah, you can. But just so you know, Mike is a member of Seaway Yacht Club, and he's been there, Commodore there 3 times. Jay is from Maumee River Yacht Club. He's been in past Commodore there. He also belongs to Ford Yacht Club. Jeff here is the current Leopa Commodore. He's a past Commodore from Sunseeker Boat Club, which is in Gibraltar, and he's also a new member of Riverview Yacht Club.
Fantastic.
So,
I'm
we're
going
from
to get
all
in with
over.
You're going to have to put up with me for the rest of your lives.
That's fine with us.
Now that I'm back into the boating scene here, I got out of boating. I had to raise a kid.
Yeah.
So I lost 25 years of boating. So now, it's time.
I understand.
So,
but
guys, thank
I've
you.
been watching your show for a lot of years, and I really enjoy it.
Thank you.
Stay healthy and stay on
I'll stay healthy. You guys are great.
Okay.
I told you, big show here, and Chris does a wonderful job explaining things and makes a lot of good things happen for people. And, there's nothing wrong with learning how to do those spring lines and to make sure you get all of your lines together and get all the people on the boat with you kind of coordinated, so when you're bringing it in, it works out good. And the one thing, and I tell this to all my friends, when I'm docking a boat, just be real nice and quiet. That's all I ask. Just be quiet. If I smash the boat, I smash the boat. I'm not going to smash the boat. Hey, folks, we'll see you next week. And hey, if you've got something that you want to see, next week we're going to be taking you up to Algonquin, Michigan, and over at we're going to be talking with Henry and Harrison's. They're going to be fixing my props, so we've got a lot of stuff with that too. So thanks for watching, and don't forget us on Facebook and on the website. And if there's anything we can do for you, hey, we're a local show. We can help you out. Mike Jameson here with Lake Erie Port of Call, and I'll see you next week.